Hey guys, it's Joe from Mattress Clarity. Today I'm going to be doing another review. We have the Casper Essential mattress. I'm going to be running this mattress through a number of tests. I'm going to be telling you what I like about it, what I don't like about it. I'm going to bring in Martin from my team, who's much heavier than I am. He has a very interesting take on this mattress. You're going to want to watch out for that. And by the end of the video, you're going to know if it's the right fit for you. And I'm even going to compare this to the original Casper, so stay tuned. I will give an overview here, but before we do that, if you have any specific questions or you want me to give you a personal recommendation, all you have to do is leave a comment below. So Casper is a very well-known company. They now have 3 models of mattresses. This is the Essential. It's a very budget-friendly, the lowest price point, and they have a lot of the same concepts as the original mattress. So I was excited to jump in and see how it compared to the other 2 models. Let's talk about the construction of this mattress. This is basically the same idea as the other Casper mattresses, but just a no frills, simple design, so it can be less expensive. Let's start with the cover. We've got a nice soft polyester knit cover. You can tug away at it. I feel like it's gonna be very durable. It's removable. You can clean it, which is really nice as well. Moving on to the mattress, we have 8 inches in total, 8.5 if you include the cover. We have a pretty standard base foam that you would see in other all foam mattresses. Then we have memory foam, 1.5 inches. Thing to note here is that it's faster to recover than most memory foam, so you won't get that feeling of getting stuck. Then we have an open-celled, pretty springy poly foam here, so it should be very breathable. So I think the fact the memory foam is down there, and the fact this is a very open-celled, breathable foam means you won't sleep hot with this mattress. Same kind of concept with the other Casper mattresses. So we have a pretty soft top layer. You can see how it responds very quickly to pressure. So it's the same kind of concept as the other Casper mattresses. It doesn't have the zone support that the other 2 have, but it has the concept where it has the pressure relief, and the second layer has a breathable top layer that's springy, so you don't sleep hot. So it has all that same kind of concepts thrown into this. It's thinner as well, so I think if you're heavier, you may press through and potentially kind of bottom out if you're on your side. So that's something to note. You may want to watch out if you're a heavier sleeper. Maybe get something a little bit thicker. Look to the other mattresses, for example, in the Casper line. But that's kind of the concept overall. You get nice pressure relief from this memory foam, but you don't get the feeling of getting stuck. It's also breathable, and you have a little bit of bounce to it as well. Let's talk about firmness and feel. As far as firmness is concerned, I'm going to put this mattress at about a 6 out of 10, 10 being the firmest, probably just a little bit softer than average. Reason I feel that way is you've got a pretty soft top layer, 2 inches, and actually a relatively soft layer of memory foam underneath that. Then you hit a firmer support layer underneath that, so it kind of has that combined feel of about a 6 out of 10, just slightly softer than average feel. As far as the feel is concerned, it's a nice balanced foam feel. You get that memory foam in there, but it's faster responding, so you won't get that feeling of getting stuck. It's pretty easy to move around as well, so kind of repositioning is pretty easy to do. And you do get some bounce, which I'll show you with this lacrosse ball. You can see that there's some bounce to it. So you get a nice balanced feel overall without the feeling of getting stuck, which I really like. I'm going to talk through how I feel in different sleeping positions. Starting on my back, the first thing I notice is I feel like it's pretty soft. My hips are sinking in probably more than average. So I feel like while it is pretty supportive for me, I think that I would probably want something a little bit firmer. And I think if you're my weight or heavier, you're going to want something firmer, maybe thicker and a little bit more supportive. Now, the thing to note is that this mattress is advertised towards younger people, towards lighter weight people. So I think this could be a good match on your back if you are one of those types of people. But if you're my weight, around that range or heavier, you're probably going to want something a little bit firmer. I'm going to switch onto my side now. Now, I think this is actually a pretty good match for me. I don't really feel too much pressure on my shoulders and hips. So I think if you're on a budget and you're a side sleeper, this could be a very good match. The only thing I would caution is if you are much heavier than I am, you may actually bottom out. So you may press through the top comfort layers and feel the firmer support layer underneath that. So that's a potential thing to look out for. But I think for most people, they should be okay on the side. I'd say it's about a 6 out of 10 firmness, so a little bit softer than average, which is generally ideal for side sleepers. So that's something to note. I'm gonna switch onto my stomach now, and I sort of share the same thoughts I had on my back. I feel like I would want something a little bit firmer, a little bit more supportive, but for someone who's lighter weight, maybe a little bit younger, a teenager, something like that, it could be a good match there. It could be a good match for combo sleepers overall. So I would say on my stomach, if you're a little bit heavier than I am, you're probably gonna want something firmer for sure. But again, if you're on a budget, you're a little bit lighter weight, this could be a good match there as well. I'm gonna give you a visual representation of where you might feel pressure on this mattress. Got a pressure map here. I'm gonna lie down on my back, side, and stomach, and you're gonna see anywhere from blue to no pressure, all the way up to red to high pressure. So let's get started.
Hey guys, Martin here to offer a different perspective. Joe is 5'9", 160. I'm 6'7", 230. Definitely a different body type, and you should consider that when you look at a mattress. For the Casper Essential here, I felt it was about a 6 in terms of firmness, actually the same as what Joe said. If you look at both our pressure maps side to side, you'll see we actually had a very similar reading for both of us. That being said, I think I might be a little bit too heavy for this mattress. On my side, I did feel some nice pressure relief, but still I pressed through those upper layers and felt some pressure on my shoulders and my hips. On my stomach and my back, I definitely needed some more support in those positions. So if you're a heavier sleeper like me, I would actually look at something like the Casper Original or the Casper Wave. Definitely a better fit for heavier sleepers.
So we get a lot of questions from people who sleep with a partner and are worried if their partner tosses and turns at night, are they going to feel that motion kind of transfer over to them? So we test something called motion isolation. Basically, if your partner moves over there, is that motion going to transfer over to you, and are you going to be disturbed by it? So I've got a glass here, and I'm going to kind of roll around a little bit near the glass. You can see it's not going to really move that much. I'm going to create a bigger disturbance around the glass. You can see it moves just a little bit, but it's not too bad. I also brought in Martin. He kind of laid down next to me, kind of tossed and turned a little bit. He got in and out of bed. And when he jumped in and out of bed, I felt it a little bit, but when he was kind of moving around, I didn't really feel it that much. So I think if you want something that's absolutely still, you might want to get just a memory foam mattress. But overall, I felt like it was a pretty good match for couples. So I think if you sleep with a partner, this could be a good fit for you. If you sleep with a partner or you like sleeping towards the edge of the bed, you might want to consider something we call edge support. In this case, we have a thin mattress. It's all foam. It's not really designed to have great edge support. You can see that it collapses. I think no matter what weight you are, it's going to collapse. You're going to see pretty similar results. So it's not the best there. But when I lie down towards the edge of the bed, I don't really feel like I'm going to be ejected from the bed. So I think you can actually sleep towards sort of the edge of the bed with this mattress. I will go over some of the pros of this mattress, or who I think this mattress might be a good fit for. Basically, if you've heard a lot about these bed-in-a-box companies, you really like the concept, you think that the design's very cool, this is probably the best way to get all those benefits, but at the most budget-friendly price. So for example, it has a lot of the same concept as the original Casper, just at a very no-frills construction and a much more budget-friendly price. So who else? I think lightweight people, kids, teenagers, I think overall it's going to be a very good fit for you. I think most side sleepers will find this to be a good match as long as you're not too heavy. Also, if you're worried about sleeping hot, they've done a very good job of addressing that issue. And if you don't want to get stuck in your mattress but have a nice foam feel, this is a very good match as well. We'll go over some potential cons, or who I think this mattress may not be the best fit for. I think if you just sleep on your stomach or just sleep on your back and you're in that medium to heavy weight range, you probably want something a little bit thicker, a little bit firmer, maybe more supportive. I think if you're a heavier sleeper, you probably want something a little bit thicker, firmer, supportive overall as well. And lastly, I think if you have the budget for it, I would potentially go up to the original Casper. Like I actually prefer the original Casper. And instead of me telling you why that is, why don't I just show you a direct comparison between the two. Let's compare the Essential to the original mattress. So the first thing is there's obviously price differences, which you can check out on their website. As far as construction differences, the original is thicker overall. The comfort part of the mattress is thicker because you have that transition layer. You have more layers, 4 versus 3. You have something called zone support in the original versus no zone support in the Essential. So zone support is really just in the middle of the mattress under the heavier parts of your body. It's going to be a little bit firmer, more supportive. It's going to be a little bit softer underneath your shoulders, and that's not something you get with the Essential. So thicker overall, thicker comfort part, zone support. As far as firmness is concerned, my personal opinion is that the Essential is just very slightly softer than the original, but the feel is going to be a little bit different just because of that zone support. So let's talk about what that means. I think if you're a lightweight sleeper, kid, teenager, something like that, you're going to do just fine with the Essential. I think you've heard Martin's take, so if you're a heavier sleeper, I think you probably want something thicker, more supportive, so I think the original would be a better match. Overall, the feel, just in general, is pretty similar, but they do have those differences. So as far as my personal preference, I think I just slept better with the original Casper mattress. I think it was more supportive just overall when I'm on my back. I felt like it was about the same kind of feel when I'm on my side. I do tend to sleep on my side and sometimes on my back. I just personally preferred the original Casper mattress, but that's just kind of a broad overview of the differences here. I want to give you some additional information. This is available online, but Casper also does have certain stores across the country, so definitely check that out if you're interested. You have free shipping, you have a 10-year warranty, you have a 100-night trial. You also have financing available, so if you're cash strapped, let's say, you can actually make lower monthly payments than one just lump sum payment. And they also have 3 models available. Essential is just one of them. They have pillows and then a bunch of accessories available as well. All right, so to wrap up, I think a lot of people are going to like the Essential mattress. I think you get a lot of the benefits of the other 2 Casper mattresses design-wise, but at a much more budget-friendly price. So if you're cash strapped, you're just on a budget, this could be a great match for you. I think this is a good match for lightweight people, for kids, teenagers. People like that will find this to be a very good fit for them. So that's basically it. If you're just getting started with your research, I would definitely encourage you to check out mattressclarity.com. If you want to see a full list of our reviews, just Google Mattress Clarity Plus reviews, be the first result. And definitely let me know if you have any questions.